So, I've got some new song ideas for you. I want to break into hip-hop, but I feel like a lot of it's either too negative or too explicit. So I've got a team of sound engineers working around the clock on some backing tracks while I come up with the lyrics. Just these real, delightful, and wholesome sounds that'll tickle your eardrum and leave you thinking sweet thoughts. So, what do you think? What's up, guys? Today, we're going to talk about something that used to be nice, but has since become a vice. Sugar. Most everyone knows about the two types of sugar used as sweetener. Cane sugar, or real sugar, as a lot of people refer to it, and high fructose corn syrup. In the last few decades, corn syrup has become very popular as a sweetener for products like soft drinks, and it's sort of gained a reputation for being inferior to real sugar when it comes to taste. You can find some sodas that still use it though, and what's better is ultimately personal preference. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What most people don't know is that a significant amount of real sugar, this, sold on its own and used as a sweetener in other products, is actually derived from sugar beets. This is for various reasons, including the fact that the plants can thrive in different climates, but one of the biggest is that they can be easily genetically modified to be resistant to the weed killer Roundup. Weed killers would be used in any case, and Roundup can achieve the same results with only a few sprays over the growing season. The alternative would be a schedule of 3 or 4 other weed killers applied in rotation, and several times more often. This would be both more expensive and more damaging to the environment, so the choice seems clear, unless you object to genetic modification. And in the past few years, the American public increasingly has. People have become more sensitive to whether food is natural or organic, never mind that can mean various different things. Big candy companies and the like have started to move back towards cane sugar because they can then advertise their products as non-GMO, and it's caused beet sugar prices to drop. But is there actually a difference between cane sugar and beet sugar? Technically yes, but effectively no. Both are about 99.5% sucrose, which is what people usually think of as sugar, with the remaining 0.5% varying slightly due to the different chemical makeup of the plants and different refining processes. This 0.5% can affect some cooking uses like the caramelization, but there is no solid evidence it has any impact on health or nutrition. And in fact, there's very little nutritional difference between both of these and corn syrup as well. Sugar isn't better for you just because it's all natural. It can't be when the final product is essentially the same. There are perhaps some legitimate concerns about GMOs, but a lot of people have the facts pretty wrong. Due to the way they're developed, genetically modified crops might use only a few strains with limited diversity, which can make them more vulnerable to diseases. But this can be a problem with non-GMO crops as well. The Irish potato famine in the mid-1800s happened in part due to a lack of diversity in potatoes when there was obviously no engineering involved. However, any genetically modified crop sold on the open market has been approved by qualified scientists and is just as safe for consumption as a non-GMO version. Humans have been more or less genetically modifying crops for thousands of years as well, just through different methods. By selectively breeding the biggest or most nutritious plants, we made corn go from this to this. It's similar for many other major crops. The bottom line is, most of the popular concerns about GMOs just aren't backed up by real evidence. So until next time, it's your man the Waz, reminding you to take any sweet talk with a grain of salt. So this new genre, I love it. It's modern, but also wholesome, with real family values. But what do you call it? Sugar beets.